Hi Flosstube, it's Magda and I'm the Snowflake Stitcher. Today is Saturday the 14th of May and this is my second movie that's going to introduce some of my finishes and some of my UFOs and some of my almost FFOs. I'm going to explain everything in due course, but first of all I would love to say thank you to everybody who watched the movie, subscribed to my channel and left the lovely comments to the last video. I hope you will still enjoy watching this one, and I hope that you will stay with me and keep cheering up while I try to make those videos and obviously cross stitch. So thank you again, and let's move on to the FFOs. So first of all, my last finish is A Good Marriage Chart by Lizzie Kate. This is one of the whips that I have shown in my last video. As you can see below, it's now completely finished and all of the little motifs are done and the writing, and it looks absolutely stunning. And my husband and me love it. So okay, let me just move this one. The second one, which is also a fully finished one, it's a small gorgeous picture that I saw in one of the magazines and stitched it. I have no idea how it was called and I can't recall which magazine it was in. The magazine is probably somewhere in my stash, which is currently in one of the suitcases on top of my closet. So let me know if you want to know more details as to where you can find this one, and I'll definitely dig through the stash and give you more details about that one. Okay, the third one is one of the Joanne Elliott's patterns. However, I again don't know the details where I found this pattern, and this one is completely fully finished but hasn't been framed. I'm not sure if I will ever frame it, but I definitely enjoyed stitching it very much. And again, if you want more details, just let me know in the comments and I will dig through and tell you which magazine issue this has been printed in. I do apologize for the state of this one. This particular one, it's called A Christmas Angel. This is again a pattern by Joanne Elliott, and it has been done in November 2012 issue of Cross Stitch Collection. The issue number is 215, and I haven't ironed it. The story is I've put it on my wall, and I live in lovely UK, and some of the houses here have a massive problem of damp. And unfortunately, the damp has penetrated the frame on my wall, and I had to put it as soon as possible to get it properly cleaned. And the best way at the time to have done it was to wash it in my washing machine, which I now realize has been a completely ridiculous idea, but I will definitely get back to ironing it and putting it in a frame. Okay, the next one, again, it's a pattern by Joanne Elliott. I found it, I think, in the Fairy Tale Cross Stitch Collection magazine booklet. They have printed out a big chart with different fairy tale creatures, and that was one of the patterns. I think it was a fairy in the garden, but again, I might be completely wrong. If you want more details about this one, let me know, and I will find the magazine I have taken the pattern from and I will let you know. This one is almost finished. It only lacks a little bit of the back stitching, and the backstitching is something I hate. So as I don't have a space on the walls or anybody to give this pattern to, I left it in such a state, and I have just rolled it and kept it in a suitcase until today, so I can just and I just took it out just to show you that one, but I think it's beautiful and I love the colors. Okay, the next one is one of the best stitches I had in years. It's a pattern for the Dollhouse by Maria Diaz. This has been printed in the Cross Stitch Collection magazines over 3 issues. And I absolutely adored stitching it, every second of stitching it. This one again has been rolled in my suitcase, so it doesn't have any of the back stitch and it hasn't been framed, but I will definitely at some point, I would definitely love to do it at some point, and it was so much fun, and with all those little pretty details, like, I don't know, the living room couches, this one motif is supposed to be a cat, or the chandeliers, the quilt on the bed. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I would love to have it when I have more space on the walls, on my wall. Okay, the next one is, again, it's a pattern by Elliott. This one, this one is an UFO. I do like it. However, I don't know why I have stopped stitching it. I probably found something that I liked more and I just moved on from that one. I would definitely like to come back to it at some point, but with all the memorabilia that I have at the moment, I don't know exactly when it's going to be. This one misses a little bit of the color on the skirt and a little bit color on the wings, and obviously all of the back stitching and all of the beads. I have all of those in my stash and I'm planning to come back on that one. Again, any patterns that you would like to have more details on, what is the exact name of the pattern or which issue of the magazine it has been printed in, because most of those are from the magazines. Let me know and I will try to find out as soon as possible and contact you about that. Okay, the next one is again Elliott. It's one of her fairies. I think this one was called Poppy Fairy, but again, it's not something I'm 100% sure. Those patterns are all locked in my suitcase, and I can find more details if you would like that. I really didn't like working on that one. That was something I originally wanted to do for my sister, but she found another one that she wanted more, and that's a sad story of a UFO. This one needs only the beading and the back stitch. This one is a Sleeping Beauty by Elliott. Again, this was a pattern that was printed in a Cross Stitch Collection magazine. It's one of the 3 princesses that she had, and I absolutely adored this one, but I hated the color of the fabric, and I didn't like the count, so I've stopped working on it. Possibly I will either go back and finish it as it is, or I will change the fabric to the white, and definitely now, as I've started working on even weave, to an even weave, and finish it that way with skin done 1/1, but this is still something that I'm not ready to let go yet, so as soon as I will consider my options, I will let you know. Okay, this one is a pattern again by Elliott. You can see I clearly loved Elliott's patterns before I discovered memorabilia, and I have loads of them. This one is called Madonna and the Child, and it has been printed in the Cross Stitch Collection magazine in I I think it was December, but that's no, sorry, it's Christmas 2011, but I think it was printed originally in November, and that's issue 203. I think the pattern is beautiful, but again, I've cross-stitched on it over Christmas, and I've stopped working on it in January, probably 2012, and never picked it up again. At that point, I was early in my cross-stitching days, and I've been only able to ever get Ida in this awful cream color for everything, and I was so fed up of working on it that I probably moved on to something else. Okay, another pattern by Elliott. This is a Victorian lady that was definitely printed on the Christmas, one of the Christmas editions of the Cross Stitch Collection magazine. There's not much that needs finishing on her. There's just a little bit of the color, purple here in the pillows, some of the back stitch, a little bit of beads, and a little bit of lace on top just to frame her. I think that this UFO is something that I'm definitely going to finish up, and possibly something that I would like to frame in the future. But again, I do hate the color of the fabric, and I do hate that it's on Ada instead of even weave, so I might start it again. Another fairy by Elliott. This one is just missing the beads, it's missing the back stitch, and it's missing a little bit of the sand and her feet, and a little bit of the color here, but I think it's beautiful, and I think I would be able to finish it. Okay, this is something different. This is a gorgeous pattern. This is a fully finished one. I think it's just lovely. I love how she poses as another flower in the little pot. I think it's cute. It has a little ribbon and a little button. It was lovely stitching on it, and I really adore it. Okay, this is back to Elliott. This is a pattern I think called Ladybirds. This one misses just a color on her wing over here, and a few ladybird details, and some beads and some backstitch. Again, I have no idea why I've stopped stitching on that one. I think it's really pretty. Might have been this problem with Ada that I have and the color of it. But that's it. Okay, this is another one by Elliott. This is one of the fairy tale ladies. This is Rapunzel. You just saw the Sleeping Beauty. This one misses some of the colors. It was lovely working on it. I especially loved how, despite just using the normal DMC, her hair looks variegated and beautiful, and all the shades on her dress and the pose. It's absolutely stunning. I hope I will stitch it at some point on a different fabric, because I don't think I'm going to finish this one how it is at the moment. Okay, this one is one of the Medieval Ladies series by Elliott. It has been printed in one of the booklets with just Elliott patterns. This is one of the 3. You're going to see another one that holds a flute soon. This one is the one with the flowers. There's another one that holds an open booklet. It's absolutely stunning. This one just needs back stitching and beads. This is something that has been folded away, because I'm always concerned that if I do the backstitch and the beads and just fold it away instead of framing it or keeping it in like rolled in a tube, the backstitch is going to get distorted, and I would need to repair those, and I'm not that confident about doing the repairs, or the beads would fall out. But this is something that I would finish if I ever have a space on the walls. Okay, this one is a sweet pea fairy, I think. Oh, sorry, that's a little bit of dust from where I took out all my patterns. This one is fully finished apart from the beads and the backstitch, so not really fully finished then, but cross stitch is fully finished. It's a beautiful pattern. At that point I already had access to the white Ada. I didn't know anything about even weave, but this is the one that's definitely going to get finished at some point. All the sparklings here are done by DMC. It was absolutely horrible doing even so little of them, and that's probably why I haven't finished all the patterns here in her dress, and they're supposed to be a little bit more metallic in the flowers, I think, and I will eventually get to that, but it would be definitely with Krennic. Okay, this is a lovely Christmas pattern that was done in one of the cross stitch collection magazines towards Christmas time, I think last year or the year before that. It's by Elliott, and it's so pretty and cute. I couldn't stop myself from fully finishing it and putting it out during the Christmas time. It says, that was night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And it shows the little kitty and the mouse sleeping together. It's so cute and pretty, and I absolutely love it. And I love how there's a Christmas tree and the stockings by the fire, and everything looks so peaceful and Christmassy. And then on top there's sledges with reindeers on top of the moon, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I'm definitely putting it out every single Christmas. Okay, this one is done by Elliott, and this is a wedding sampler that I have done for myself and my husband, and I really enjoyed stitching it. I absolutely love the intricate pattern that goes all around here, and I quite like how the posture of the two people in the picture is against the background, and I really like the writing on it, and I think that the whole thing looks stunning. And this is something that I would like to frame at some point. This was done for our wedding anniversary 2 years ago. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this is again a Elliott pattern. It's 2 geishas. I really liked working on this one. It was so colorful and pretty. I enjoyed it so much that I finished the beading on that one and the backstitch, which doesn't come to me that easily sometimes. Sometimes with me it's like when I get all the crosses finished, I really avoid the backstitching and the beading. Sometimes it's because, like I've mentioned before, I'm worried that the beadings would fall off in the storage or the backstitch gets distorted, but this one I enjoyed so much that I fully finished it. Okay, and another geisha. Again, this is done by Elliott, and again, I enjoyed it so much that I finished it fully. It didn't have that many metallics, it didn't have that many beading. There's just some beading here in her hair and a tiny little bit metallic on her earring. Apart from that, I very much enjoyed stitching her kimono and those flowers going down on her sides. I think this one is stunning, and I think that it was even better to stitch it because of this beautiful frame that goes around, and it sort of keeps the whole pattern together. Okay, let's now move on to the ones that I have framed. So this is one of the ladies that of the collection of the ladies that I showed before. I've mentioned that there's going to be a one with the flute. This is the one. It's fully finished. It has all the beads on it. It has all the backstitch. I framed it myself, and I didn't know that much about framing at that point, so it looks absolutely horrible, but that was the only way that I could get it quickly on my wall, so that's what I did. I know that the fabric was squashed in the frame. This wasn't the correct frame for the beading, so at that time two of the beads got slightly smashed. There's one here in the corner, and there's another one I think on her head, but apart from that, this one's okay, and it's still sitting above my chimney. Okay, this is another one that got framed. This one is the Victorian Lady by Elliott, and that was printed in Cross Stitch Collection magazine, April 2013, in issue 221. I didn't like the dress that much, but I did all the other patterns in this collection. There's 4 patterns. There was a medieval lady, the Victorian lady, there was... I forgot which... Oh, there was a fabulous flapper, and there was another one, and I did all 4 of them, and unfortunately the mold got to the one that I'm not going to be showing today, but apart from that, the rest of them are all done, and you will see them in a moment. This is the one that I least enjoyed stitching, but it's finished, so it wasn't obviously that bad. It has quite a bit of beading, but not that much of the metallics. It looks nice, but not my favorite. Okay, there's another one of Elliott patterns. This is a Mythical Muse, and this was done in the Cross Stitch Collection magazine issue 200 from September 2011. It has loads of beading. It really reminds me of the Mirabilia in some way. I absolutely adored cross stitching on that. The only thing I would love to change, but I didn't know how, was her hair. I'm not that great with choosing the colors, so most of the time I'm sticking to the pattern. If I was able to do that, I would have turned her hair a little bit darker, brownish, and stitched her that way. And also at that time I didn't know about hand-dyed fabrics. I would love to have stitched her on some colored fabric, but it's still stunning, and this is still one of the my most favorite pieces that I've done, and I still keep her on the wall, and I might do her again at some point using a different fabric and changing the hair, because I think watching all the Flosstube videos, it taught me that there's no wrong and right way, it's just the way that you might like to do the picture. So this is something that I would love to do, and this is something that I would probably try to do. Okay, this is a fabulous flapper. This is the cross-stitch pattern from Cross-Stitch Collection magazine, August 2013, issue 225. This is the second most favorite one out of those 4 patterns. You just saw a Victorian lady, and this is second one. I adored stitching on that. I like the colors, I like the dress, I like the pose, I like the fun out of feathers, I liked her hair, I loved everything about it. I didn't even mind doing the back stitch on it, I just wanted to finish it as fast as possible. This is a stunning piece and a beautiful lady by Joanne Elliott. Okay, no matter how fabulous was the flapper, this is my favorite one. This is the one that I could stitch over and over again. It's called A Medieval Maiden, and it's from February 2015, Cross Stitch Collection magazine, issue 219. This is not the first time that I've stitched her. This is the second time. The first time it was given as a gift to my parents. This is the second time that I stitched her for myself. The dress is absolutely fabulous. I love the sleeves, I love the hairpiece, I loved everything about it. I liked how there are details on her dress here at the bottom, and there are a little bit of beads on her sleeves and the rose. This is my most favorite design ever. The words can't describe how much I enjoyed stitching it the first time, and how much I enjoyed stitching it the second time, and how much I will probably enjoy stitching it the next time that I choose to stitch it. This pattern is so frayed in the Cross Stitch magazine that I definitely need to have it photocopied so I can have it forever in my collection. Okay, I think this one is the last one. This is a Christmas Magic by Joanne Elliott. It was printed in the Cross Stitch Collection magazine, Christmas 2013, issue 229. And that's the little angel. This is fully finished. It has been, all the back stitching is done, all the crosses are done. I liked how she popped out of the picture on this dark blue moon or sky. It's pretty stunning. Oh, sorry, the only thing I seem to be missing is actually the beads. There's some over here in her dress and some over here in her halo, and the flowers and the necklace, but all the rest of it is done. Okay, now I would like to ask you for some help. I need help choosing what I'm going to do next. So I need a new start in my whips, because I've just finished a Good Marriage chart, and one of them is a Papillon creation, a Quaker game board. I really liked this piece since the lovely Array has shown it, and I had to get it. And I have it fully kitted up. I'm going to do it with variegated threads and just one DMC color. All the outer background, instead of using the variegated thread, I'm just going to use the equivalent of DMC, that's 3799, but the rest of it, so this one will be 3799 and the rest of it will be done in a variegated thread, or slightly variegated, by the gentle art. That's all the colors. Or my second option, oh sorry, and I would like to do it on the 32 count Murano in ivory. Or my second option is to start a Mirabilia, and this is Cassiopeia, and this one really calls to me. I think I liked her pose. I liked how she's seated on this regal couch, and I like the frame. I think also the colors, the teals and the blue greens, they're really beautiful. I've chose a 32 count Murano blue grey to do it. I also have all the threads, including the variegated water lilies. So I have all of those. Those are the water lilies that the pattern calls for, and I'm not sure which one I like more. I know that the Quaker game board is a slightly simpler pattern than this Mirabilia, but on the other hand, Mirabilia has all of those water lilies that I can't wait to work with. So please let me know what you think and which one you would like to see me start, and hopefully it will help me to make my decision. The last thing I wanted to show you is the pattern I'm currently working on for my sister. I'm almost done with it, and the next time you see my video you probably won't be able to see it because she's actually going to get it. This one is by Dimensions. This was fully kitted, and this is a little pattern called He Spoke, and that's how it's supposed to look like. It's called it's the poem here says, "Footprints. He spoke, my precious child, I love you and would never leave you. When you saw only one set of footprints, that was when I carried you." The only thing I have to finish, and that's going to be definitely today, is a little bit of grass here, and then the word footprints on the top. And I think she's really going to like this one. I know that she likes the poem, and she mentioned it to me a few times, and I think she would be happy to put it on her bedroom wall. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Please comment below which of the patterns you would like to see me do, the Papillon Creations game board or the Cassiopeia Mirabilia. Thank you again. Have a lovely stitchy week. Bye.